Hello, good afternoon, happy Tuesday. Welcome, thank you for joining me. For those of you who don't know me, I am Debbie Hardy, crystal therapist, author, spiritual teacher, and I love to share what I learn through the use of crystals and spiritual work. So I'll give you a moment to come on in, and I always love to sage, cleanse, and clear to begin with, of course. Cleanse and clear, cleanse and clear. So we start our chat in a very relaxed manner, right? So, how is everyone today? I'll give you a few moments to pop on in. Come on in and let me know if you can hear me okay. All right. Hi, Karen. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Hey, Lori. Welcome. Rachel, welcome. Can you all hear me okay? An interesting discussion today. It was just given to me, like all my discussions, just popped into my mind, and I thought, okay, it must be something we need to discuss today or talk about. So it's an open chat. I hope that you will all weigh in on what we're talking about today. I have some questions to ask you to start off with, and we'll just see where this goes. All right, so hi, Susie, Shirley, Paula. Thank you, Lori. Good. Cleansing and clearing, cleansing and clearing. Always have to start off with my sage. So, welcome, Gloria. Thank you for joining us today. So today's spiritual chat and crystal chat, we're going to talk about deja vu and past life and how it could be connected, and some crystals that you can use to tap into past life. Now, we've discussed past life a few times in the past, but recently deja vu came up, and it was just one of those things that I was prompted to talk about. So, are you familiar with deja vu? It is described as the feeling of experiencing something or seeing something or being somewhere that you have never been to before, but you feel like you have. So if you visited a place, it feels like you've been there before, but you've not done so in this lifetime. It feels comfortable. It feels like you know that place. It feels like you know the people. It feels like you know the experience for some reason. Have any of you experienced deja vu? So that's the first question. So first question, have you experienced deja vu? And if you have, how often? Is it a lot, just occasionally, just once? Is it all the time? Let us know that too. Yes, Lori, you've experienced it. Hi, Carol, welcome. So, for those of you who are just joining us, we're starting our chat off today with deja vu. Have you experienced it? And if you have, how often have you experienced it? So, hey Lori, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. Thanks for joining us. Oof. Got some gnats here. It's a little cool and sprinkly here today. The sun is not out. Absolutely, Michelle. Yes, Brenda. So I've got a few of you here, yes, that have experienced it. Have you experienced it a lot? A little bit? Rachel, yes. Lori, quite often? Yeah. A lot, Cindy? Yes. Naisha, welcome, welcome. All right, so what did you feel, if you can remember, the last time you experienced deja vu, for those of you who have, what did you feel? Did you feel it like that familiar, like, can you describe what you felt? How did it feel to you? Did it feel comfortable? Did it feel like an absolute knowing of this place or situation? Did it feel like you just know? Paula, a few times. Shirley, a lot. Hi, Karen. Carol, used to, not so much now. Hi, Kathy. You felt like time stopped for a minute. That's a good way to put it, Karen. Time stopped for a minute, because it kind of does stop you in your tracks, I think, when you experience deja vu. It kind of stops you in your tracks. You're like, whoa, what just happened? It's kind of like a little blip in the matrix. Like in that movie, The Matrix, where it just stops and they realize, oh, what happened? What happened just now? Was that, a blip in time? And it's very interesting. That I like how you put that. Michelle, often. It kept taking your breath away, Cheryl. Lori, like you were there before, but you can't figure out, you don't know why. Yeah. Hi, Estella, welcome. And you've had dreams that come true as well, Karen. Yes, the dreams are a whole nother level of it all. And we'll be discussing dreams with a dream expert, hopefully in the very near future. But Lisa, it feels like you've been here or done this before. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. So, do you think that deja vu, is it possible that deja vu could be a flashback or a memory from a past lifetime? What are your thoughts on that? Can it be a flashback or a past memory for when you were in that space or situation in a past life? Do you think that's possible? What are your thoughts on that? Yes, Brenda? Yep, Karen? Mm-hmm. And I guess this needed to come up again because this came up. The deja vu thing came up to me last week, and I thought, wow, okay. So the past life discussion needed to come up again. So we're kind of leading into that with this deja vu. Past memory or flashback, yep. Yes, Rachel, a flashback from a past experience. Mm-hmm. Past memory, it is possible. Sometimes it feels like a dream, but now you're living it. Yeah, I think it's past life. I think it's past life. Comfortable. Soul memory. Mm-hmm. So here's another question for you, too. I've got a lot of questions for you today. Have you ever felt that you have accomplished something in a past life, and you don't know what that is particularly, but on some level during this life, you feel compelled to find what that might have been? So say maybe you were an inventor or an artist or a writer or an architecture or performer or anything, could be anything, and you left something behind. Have you ever felt compelled to find something that you left behind from a past life? Does that make sense? Does that question make sense? I had this discussion with a friend of ours here recently, and I told her I felt like I have written something in a past life. I don't know what it is. I want to discover what it is. I want to stumble upon it and see what it is and if it makes sense to me. But I haven't come across what it is yet. But I feel like there's something that I've written in the past that I need to discover now. Before my first book, my first book that I wrote, I never saw myself as a writer, an author, or anything of the such. But now that I think about all these things, kind of intertwining and happening, and this discussion of thinking about if I've written something before, maybe I was an author or a writer in a past life, and I'm uncovering that layer, or those layers now. Maybe that's coming out. Maybe that was a hidden trait of mine that's coming out now that I needed to rediscover. So do you ever think about something that you might have left in the past that you need to rediscover now in the future, or in the present, or in the future? Let's see here. Cindy, your husband and I stopped at this little station store and walked in and knew the old woman from another time. And she and I both knew we had known each other. Yes, yes. I feel that's true too. When you meet people, you just know at times, automatically, you know them from somewhere, somehow, and you connect on that level of a past memory, a past life memory. I need to move my sage. It's burning good today. So I feel that's part of it too, Cindy. Yeah. Karen, now you don't feel that you need the deja vu any longer? Karen, you walked into a shop and you knew where everything was. Isn't that amazing? I find that remarkable. I really do. It makes sense, Lori. Karen, you wonder if that's why you're drawn to antique stores looking for something. Yeah, I think antique stores hold a lot of memory for people. And there might be an object that you had maybe used in the past, or maybe even developed or created. Who knows? It could be all of that, some of that, all of that. So, yeah. Michelle, you wanted to see your grave marker from a life in the 1800s. Family was disturbed by this need. I was 9 years old. Wow, that's something. Oh my gosh, I got chills from reading that. Oh. I think deja vu too helps people on their journey. It's like a glimpse. It's like a flash. It's like a, here, look. It's like a, here, this is possible. More and more people are awakening, and more people are coming to terms with what is and what was and where you can go with this knowledge. And I think that helps us with our journey from this point forward. Let's see here. Welcome. Hi, Mary. Welcome. Lisa, I feel like you need to revisit the past, relearn, rediscover to guide your current path. And here's another question too, kind of along the same lines. Do you think you left yourself some clues in the past lives, for what you need to discover during this time to help you on your path, to make things easier, or to help your learning easier, or to help your journey easier, or to help something make sense? Do you think you left yourself some clues, some significant indications from a past life that you would recognize and understand in this life to help things make sense? What are your thoughts on that? Awesome discussion here. Wow. Wow, let's see here. Lori, that happened with some instant connection that you feel like you've known them forever. Yes. I think that is a common thing, if you don't realize it or not. But I think that is a very common thing. If you think about our soul group, our soul family, it's a very large group of people, and a lot of us are part of our soul family, and we're all connected that way. So I feel like that's a big part of it, that we're just rediscovering parts of our soul family as we go along. Karen, your son collects tons of antiques and constantly sage and cleansing, because it brings so much with it. It does. It brings a lot of memory with it, yeah. What about Turkasha? Hello. What about meeting someone, a lover, and the connection is so natural and beautiful, but because of it, it made us both afraid. There can be fear involved with it, because it's not something that's that happens like all the time. But if it feels right, if something feels right, then it must be right. It must be something that you have this deep connection. And my sage, this is really burning awesome today. It's getting me here a little bit. I had to move it a little further yet, away. But yeah, I think if it feels right, then it definitely could be a soul connection, or a past life connection, or a soul group, or a soul family member, a soul partner in some way. Yeah. Shelley, sometimes you feel like deja vu is trying to warn you. Could be. It could be. Yeah. A little glimpse of something saying, pay attention. You aren't communicating anymore. Was it because of that fear, Turkasha? You don't have to answer that. I'm just curious. Yeah. I want to keep your privacy private if you wish. Karen, you visited Canada a few years and we were driving to Calgary. My heart became to come alive as we were passing the Rockies. So you felt like you had been there before. I had gone to Mexico 2.5 years ago, and we visited Chichen Itza, the Mayan monument city. And as I was exploring that, I felt this connection to it. But when I was in the one specific place of that community, of those ruins, I felt totally connected, and I saw this flashback in my mind that I had been there before. I was there, and I saw it. It just all came rushing back to me, and it was so very clear. So I think you can visit a place and feel that memory come back. You might not see it completely, but I think if you feel it and kind of know that, I was there before. Yeah. Let's see what else you got here. Karen, you feel that this has happened with your husband. First time you met him is like you already know. You knew him. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing. It really is. I also have a crystal. I didn't bring it out today. I did bring some other crystals to show you in just a second to help you tap into past lives. But I have a crystal that I purchased, and I felt this connection to it. And as I was meditating with it, my spirit guides had told me that this was a crystal that I had that was in my own possession during the time of Atlantis. And I've seen my whole past life in Atlantis. It really was remarkable. That might be a whole book in itself, too. But I was told that this crystal was from that time, so it found its way back to me. And I feel that energy and that connection. So I think that's probably true with crystals, with objects, with things that might resurface and find their way back to us when we need them, when we are ready for them, when we can handle with that kind of knowledge, whatever that kind of knowledge gives us. Karen, you thought you and I have a past life connection. I did the same thing at Chichen Itza. Wonderful. I know that I have connections with many of you. I do. I know I do. And could be all of you. I haven't gone that deeply into it, but I know I do have a lot of connections with a lot of you. And I think that it is a time in our lives that we are kind of coming together for this kind of support and this kind of learning to see what we can do to elevate ourselves in our growth and our journey and our knowledge, and to help us get to where we need to go. So, you from Atlantis as well? Yes. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Gosh, excuse me. Let me take a sip. Kimberly, you've had deja vu with people and places as well. Yeah. Cindy, that happened to you when you went to Juneau, Alaska the first time. You felt at home. Yeah, you felt your heart was broken when I left. Wow. So I really do feel that that's a past life indication that you were there before. I think this knowledge too can open up just the fact that you can tap into past lives, and that there's little glimpses of memories, and there's little glimpses of indications that we were here before. I think it can help us. I really do. I feel like that knowledge can help us uncover some things about what we were doing here before and what we're doing here now and what we will be doing in the future. I think it really can make a difference. I feel that all of this is connected, and I just feel that it knowing these things helps us with our own self-healing and our self-exploration exploration and what we're capable of and what we can do and what we're able to do, and helps us to find our true selves, who we really are deep down within, and what's important to us. There's people, it's like, I also thought of those people that are just have a knowing. They are born with this knowing of, like, music geniuses or prodigies. I don't know what you want to call them. But they have this ingrained within them. They can just sit at a piano and just play without being taught. They just know it. You know what I mean? Or the people that pick up new languages just automatically without being taught it. They know it. It makes me feel like they've learned it in the past. It makes me feel like they have known this on some level in the past. I posted this on my page the other day, my personal page. A little boy playing a Bach piano piece. I don't know how old he was, maybe 4, 5. Very difficult, but he knew it and he played it beautifully, just like Bach would have played it. So, to me, he must have known on some level from the past lives, how to play piano, how to play music. Maybe it wasn't the piano, but music in general, because music is its own language. But do you ever run across those people that just learn something or just know something without going through the process of actually learning it this lifetime? They just know how to do something. You know what I mean? These talks are important to us as listeners. You're full of knowledge when you were in Atlantis. Thank you, Karen. I feel like I have to bring these things up because I'm prompted to, and I've stopped resisting it. There were times when I was just like, oh, I don't know if I should talk about this stuff. It's too much, too deep, blah, blah, blah. I had my own fears to deal with, and I still do occasionally. But now I'm just like, okay, if something comes to me, it's like, okay, I've got to talk about it. There's somebody out there that needs to discuss it, hear it, I don't know, whatever. So I just, whatever it comes. Yeah. So I find that's just very interesting. Do you feel, the last question, I'm going to show you some crystals that you can work with to help you tap into this sort of thing. But do you feel that learning past life knowledge, glimpses of it, seeing your past lives, will help you on your journey today? Do you feel that knowledge can help you in some way? What are your thoughts on that? And I started tapping into past lives through hypnosis. I learned a lot of things through hypnosis of what I was capable of, and it just happened. But after that, I started doing it on my own using crystals because I was so in tune with crystals and so able to use their energies for so many things. So I want to show you some crystals that you can use to, yes, Linda, you think it can help us on our journey? Good. Hi, Heidi. Welcome. Yes, Kimberly. I want to show you some crystals that you can use to do this on your own. And I talk about this in my first book, How to Go About Tapping Into Past Lives with Using Crystals. So if you haven't read that section, check out that section. And I wonder if I can tell you what chapter that is real quickly. Maybe not. Oh, probably in going deeper into meditation. So starting out with page 81 and moving forward from there. So try it with some of these crystals. I'm going to show you. One is a cathedral library. It's the keeper of a past life, Akashic records, past, present, and future. Cathedral library, very, very, very effective. I've used this in groups with people in person. I've used this with one-on-one with people. I've used this by myself. I'm considering doing an event, an online event, talking through the prompts with viewers to take you into the Akashic records with doing this. So Cathedral Library, if you have one, you want to do it yourself, try it. Really, really is an amazing, amazing experience. And when I had my crystal shop, my actual shop, I had workshops where I invited people to come do these things. And I had this particular workshop, I'd say every other month. And every time I did it, it was an amazing experience. I always saw what the participants were seeing. And then we would discuss afterwards what they saw, what they experienced, what they felt. And one time in particular, there was a young lady, she was, I'd say, 18. And she and I were sitting across from each other. There were others in the room doing, the meditation with us. But when we did the discussion time, we all go in a circle and described what it was that we felt or saw or experienced. And I said mine, and then when it got to her, she saw the exact same thing I did. And I was just thinking, wow, that just truly, truly, wow. I got chills just bringing up that memory, just like, wow. So Cathedral Library is very effective to tap into past life. Yes, do that, Linda. I'll start working on that kind of thing. That kind of thing is one that I will announce ahead of time and really get prepped for it. And it's a lot more energetically involved. So we'll work on that in the near future. Also, Celestials hold layers and layers and layers of information. I love working with celestials. So I describe both of those in my book as well. So check out those chapters to really dive down deep into those. If you want to tap into, you do your own past life regression. You've got to get into a deep meditation to access that. And it takes time and practice. It can take some time and practice to get to that. It wasn't something that I did overnight. It took me a while to be able to do this on my own. So give yourself some time and persistence, practice. But celestials are great to do that with. I've used these in groups as well. I've used these with just a few people to tap into past lives and soul connection. Same thing, we can do that in a group setting as well. And I know a lot of you have these, so start using them for that. And see what comes. Journal everything that you see and experience. Even if it's nothing the first few times, put it down. If you see colors, if you see just a little blip of something, write it down. And it will all start to come out, and it will all start to make sense eventually. So, Nicole, these kind of crystals are available. I sell these things. I know you're out of the States. You can do your research about your area. You'll have to do your own research about where you can find these in your own local area if you don't want to purchase that far away. So I'm not familiar with what's available close to you. But quartz crystal is also really good to do that. Quartz has a very high vibration. You can use quartz crystal to tap into deeper meditations. Use it with the intention of accessing past life. Use it with the intention of accessing past life. If you have rainbow quartz, that's even better. It's more higher vibration. I didn't bring a rainbow quartz out today to show you, but if you have rainbow quartz, it's higher vibration, try that. It is said petrified wood can help you access past lives. I've not personally used this, for that reason, although I have meditated with petrified wood, and it's a beautiful energy to it. Absolutely beautiful energy to it. So try petrified wood and see how that works for you. Also, stromatolite. Petrified wood, because it went through its own transformation. It was a tree turned into wood, into crystallized. It took a long, hundreds, maybe thousands of years to go through this process. So it kind of goes through its own transformation as well, many lifetimes, many lives. Stromatolite is a fossil. Try that with this as well. I have not personally used this one either, but it's said to do that. So I wanted to bring that up because I know a lot of you have both of these and see what happens. Meditate with it. Meditate with it and see what happens. Okay? Hey, Marlene, what kind of crystal is that? Just came in. I'm not sure which one you were asking about. Was it the celestial? This is an celestial. Petrified wood, stromatolite, and cathedral library. I'm not sure where you came in. I'm always behind on comments. So, Jane, celestials are wonderful to use with true results. Absolutely. Document your findings when you explore past lives. Document them. I love celestials. I really love working with them. I do. Can you use these together? Yes, Karen, you can. Now, if you feel dizzy when accessing this kind of information after a meditation, make sure to ground yourself afterwards. If you're feeling dizzy after any kind of meditation, ground yourself with tourmaline. I would suggest smoky quartz or hematite or any other kind of grounding stone, which we talk about in this also. And that will bring you back stable, and you won't feel that dizziness any longer. Sometimes when you go into such a deep meditation, you feel kind of dizzy or lightheaded coming out of it, and that is when you need grounding. Or go put your feet in the ground, in the dirt, in the grass, in the sand. Hug a tree. How much would you post to Australia? You'd have to talk to you later, Nicole. I don't know right here, right now, how much it would cost. I have to measure it, weigh it, all that good stuff. So depending on the price of the piece and the weight. So yeah, we'll have to discuss that in messaging. Yeah. Desert rose, Marlene, is very good grounding, I believe, very good earthy kind of feel to it. I don't know if that's a good past life crystal per se. Try it. If you're led to try it, try it. I've not used one myself, so for firsthand knowledge, I'm not sure. But try it. If you're guided to try a crystal, then there's a reason for it. If you're led to try a crystal, there's a reason for it. So try it. Work with it. See what happens. See what you learn from it. So, this is my first book, Meditation Made Easy with Crystals. This, I teach you how to meditate with crystals, making meditation easier, clearing the chatter out of your head, getting to that deep state of peace, working on your own self-healing, also your own self-discovery, connection to spirit guides. There's a lot of information in here on meditation with crystals. So please check out the book. It was my first book. And my second book, Spirit, talks about past lives. Spirit talks about the soul space. Spirit talks about us coming here and what we can learn from, what we need to know, what we need to focus on. So check out this book if you have not. I have both in stock, so if you want one from me, please message me. I can get you that information. They're both available on Amazon. Thank you so much, Rebecca and Susan and Michelle, for leaving your beautiful reviews on Amazon. I do appreciate that. And thank you all of you who have left reviews for my first book on Amazon. I do appreciate that. It's so hard to get reviews. It really is. So thank you for taking time to review that and post the reviews. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I would love to hear your comments on my second book, those of you who are involved in reading it. I've had so much wonderful feedback so far, and I can't wait to hear more about what you learn and what you discover as you step into the crystal ray, the purple cave of the crystal ray, and what it teaches you. This was written with divine love, and it just is an amazing journey. So I invite you to step into the crystal ray to see what the spirit of the crystal ray has to say to you. So let's see here what else we've got here. Marlene, oh yes, today's show is past life, tapping into past life and deja vu and how that could be connected. And you know, I do spiritual talks. I try to do one every week if I can. Spiritual, crystal, so those kind of along those lines. So Please like, follow, see first for your notifications to get the notifications of when I'm on. And every Thursday I do Crystal Sale Day where I sell crystals. And coming up towards the end of the week, maybe the weekend, early next week, we'll do a new moon celebration of some sort. So that's what's coming up. That's what we're doing. Sometimes I throw in some singing bowl things. Sometimes I throw in some meditations. Sometimes I throw in some quiet meditations. Sometimes you never know. So, yeah, please follow my page to get the notifications. Oh, thank you, Nicole. Thank you for getting my my first book. Yay. Karen, you received it today. I can't wait to hear your comments. Thank you, Karen. Oh, my gosh. Michelle, you showed your husband your petrified wood heart bought from me, and he said that's not wood. I said, yes, it is. It was a tree and then piece of wood. Crystallized, yes. I know. There's some that don't understand the crystal world, and that's okay. You know, more and more are coming around, and more are understanding it, and more are guided to start using crystals for various reasons to help their own self-exploration, their own self-healing, their own journey. So that's okay. You know, everybody is right to their opinion and their beliefs. And when it's time for them to come around or understand or try something different, they will. Cindy, you're going to start the book on the 1st. All right, good. Yes, Michelle, thank you so much for your beautiful review. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, it touched my heart. I've had, you know, when people respond to me, it just brings tears to my eyes. That I've got to be honest, you know, there were several times I was writing this book. It took me many months, probably about 8 months to finally finalize it. And there were many times I was questioning myself. Should I put this out there? Should I do this? Should I put this out there? And the spirit kept telling me, yes, 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 you've got to do this. You've got to do this. It's going to help somebody. You've got to do this. I'm like, okay, I just wasn't sure. Honestly, I really wasn't. I was facing my own fears with this because I was coming out of my own comfort zone, telling people that I channel. And a lot of my family members didn't know that. Close friends didn't know that because, again, you know, of being judged or criticized or whatever. So it's finally meant for me to step out and say, hey, this is who I am. Love it or don't. Take it or leave it. And I'm no longer have that burden of holding that in. And when we hold those things in, we're holding who we are, our true essence of who we are. And I needed to let that go and free myself of that. And I feel so much better lifting that off. And I mean, it's silly to think that I still have fears, but I do. I still face fears. I still have to go through things that I have to go through. I still go through processes, but I feel free of that fear now. And I've released it and it's gone and I feel good. And once it was in the production mode, I was so giddy and excited. And I thought, okay, I'm so glad that I crossed that hurdle and I did let this become published. And now that the feedback is coming through, it brings tears to my eyes that I even questioned such a thing. You know, that I was able to bring something forward to those who need it. And I was able to give something to those who need it. So it just, it was, yeah. Yeah, crazy. But yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, Michelle, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Kimberly. Oh my gosh. Hi, Harpreet. Welcome. Thank you, Kimberly. Oh, wow. It's good to speak your truth. It is. I've held my truth for many, many years, many, many, many years. And it is good. It is good to speak your truth. You really do need to speak your truth to let who you are come out. We are all unique. We are all beautiful. We are all individuals, but we need to say who we are. We need to be who we are. And that, in essence, helps each other. I think we all help each other. So, Sheena made it home from the hospital in time to listen. Had heart attack last Saturday. Oh my gosh, Sheena. Sending you love and light. I'm hoping that you heal, and may the angels surround you during your time of healing. Love and light, love and light, love and light. Yes. Okay. So thank you all so much for joining me on this chat today. I cannot wait to hear more of your feedback on this. And those of you who have not read this, check it out. This will help you with your journey, your journey with learning how to use crystals in meditation. So thank you so much for joining, and thank you for this discussion. I thought it was really good. I appreciate your comments and your participation as always. I think we all learn from each other and our experiences, and by you participating, that helps others too. So I would appreciate if you share this along to others if you feel comfortable in doing so. And it helps those who need to find us find us. If you've not joined my group Crystalline Sage, please check that out. It is a safe place to discuss spiritual topics such as this, and without judgment. And you might meet some people in there that you become very good friends with, and that has happened. So Crystalline Sage, if you would like to join that group, you are welcome to do so. Thank you, thank you, thank you all so very much. I truly, truly am blessed to be part of this community, and grateful, very grateful. So thank you. Oh, Cindy, you need a copy of my first book. I've got some, so if you need more of any, either let me know. Okay, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, my first copy of this too is pretty worn out because I've opened it so many times, and that's okay. It means I'm using it, so yeah. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. Yes, the dream chalks. I'm waiting for my dream expert to be able to work in a time. As soon as we work that out, we'll hop on and talk about dreams. And I've had her on the show a few years back, and she is actually the person who did both of these images. Elissa Lee. She did both of these images. So you can see, actually looking at these, how she could be a dream expert, right? Because they're both very dreamy to me. She's very intuitive. I give her just a little bit of information about what my books are about, and she comes with brilliant masterpieces to go along with them. And I'm so pleased with the images, and I'm so grateful. I actually met her in my crystal healing course, even though it was online. We met and we connected, and so yeah, she's a dream expert, and when she's able to, we'll get her on, and I've left it open for her timeline because she's got a crazy schedule. So as soon as she's able to, we'll work that in, and it's going to be a great show because she's got worlds of vast information about dreams and tapping into the dream world and interpreting dreams and lucid dreaming and all that stuff. So I can't wait for that. Yeah, that'll be great. All right. So thank you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us. I hope to see you Thursday. If not, have a great week. And watch for the show for the new moon. I don't know what day yet. New moon is over the weekend, so I'll have to see when I can fit that in. And I'm hoping to do something a little bit different this time again, so we'll see how that goes. All right, have a great rest of your week. I will see you all soon. Love and light, blessings to each and every one of you. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. See you soon. Okay, bye.